Welcome everyone to another War Thunder video on the Ju-88 A-1 German bomber battle rating 2.0. I love this little beast. This won't be the only video you see me make on this. It's got tons of bombs, 30 bombs, two 250s and 28 50-kilogram bombs, which is plenty of ordnance for taking out bases, getting lots of points and silver lions, research, you name it. It's just a great all-around bomber for its battle rating. So here we are, the last battle of Kalkin Gol. I do like this map. I like going for these ground targets that you can see right in front of. But the first challenge we have is that there is a friendly fighter behind us, a bomber shooting us. Yeah, Twisted Beast 397. Yeah, you're a jerk. So we're just going to dive away from him, keep moving. He's going to go aggravate some of our other teammates. And we're going to move on to our ground targets in front of us. So the real challenge of bombing these ground targets in front of us is that it's kind of an S pattern. These don't line up straight for you, and that's okay, really. The bombs will still do their job. And as many as I take out here shortly, you can certainly see how you might be able to do a much better job by lining them up a little better. Maybe if you didn't have any distractions of your enemy, your teammates trying to shoot you down while you do this. But you can kind of see now how that's a bit of a curvy pattern there to bombing. If you can line up all your bombs on that, I think you could take out 20 vehicles, and it's certainly possible. You do have 30 bombs. Your first two are 250 kilogram bombs, and you do need to make sure you get those bomb doors open. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait a few seconds after releasing your first two bombs before you can drop the other 28. So we're gonna go ahead and open those bomb doors now, and now they'll just release one after the other. Gonna do what we can to line this up, but I mean, just look how many vehicles there are. You can see there's potential here for a huge score, and I don't do a very good job of staying lined up. Kind of drifted off there thinking that AA was the vehicles. Now I'm somewhat back on target. You can kind of tell, guys, if you were to really line that up well, how you would take out a ton of vehicles. Here comes some more. You see that heading indicator, that little bitty reticle that's somewhat there with the solid lines. You need to ignore that. That is not like an airspeed adjustment indicator. That's just your heading indicator of your plane. So never use that to drop your bombs or you will miss. You can see there, in all we got 9 ground targets. Not bad, but like I said, being better on target, you could easily double that number. Now we're moving to the Henan province. It's another common map you'll get at low battle rating. So it's a good idea to get familiar with the map and what your strategy is coming into it. So we're going to go for the 3 bases. And I think I want to talk a little bit about base health here. This is not the bombs you're going to see, but I think with the Ju-88A1 on this battle rating, your bases are going to have 375 kilograms of health. And for that, I think what you want to do is drop 8 bombs, then 11 bombs, and then 11 bombs. I know the 11 bombs at the 50 kilogram bombs have 25 kilograms of explosive mass. That'll give you 275 total. The last 100 kilograms will bleed off. The real challenge is that first set I'm not too certain that those 250 kilogram bombs are really 125 explosive mass. That is what it says when you're looking at them on the bomb screen, but I've had a lot of challenges getting it to actually work. It really shouldn't take very many at all. With that, maybe 3 or 4 bombs to get your 275 kilograms. Even 5, 6, 7 bombs I've seen just not be enough. So I'm going to drop a little bit more than that. I think I'm dropping 10 bombs on this run here. Yeah, drop 10 bombs. And that's plenty. But because I don't have 11 bombs for each of the next 2 bases, it's not going to be enough to destroy them. So what I'm going to end up doing is just lining up on this base and dropping 10 bombs. And then saving the last 10 bombs for the 3rd base. And what we end up with is 2 heavily damaged bases, and as you can see, that 1st base was destroyed. So anyway, I believe my plan going forward with the Ju-88 is to drop 8, which includes the 2 250s, and then drop 11 and 11. And should at least take out the last 2 bases. And the math says you would overkill the 1st base, but I'm not too certain that'll work, but I'll be giving that a shot in the future. So we're going to head back to the base, land. We'll spare you that, and then we'll come back out and look for some ground targets. Okay, we're back in the air. You see we already got a light tank targeted. So we're going to head over to that tank column now and see what we can do with our 30 bombs. Enemies seem to be taking out themselves. Makes our job a little easier so we don't have to be concerned too much with what the enemy fighters are doing. So as you start lining up on a target, always line it up down the center of your plane. I know that sounds like it's common sense, but it's something I had to learn to do. You don't just want to get on top of a target without having it already lined up as much as you can. Makes for bigger adjustments in your bomb sight if you have to do that. So take the time to line it up as best you can, so when you start looking through that bomb sight, you can actually see your target when you're close and not wonder, well, is it just out of my sight and off to the side? Okay, we're starting to get really close to our target. As you can see, there is a light tank there, but there are other targets. We just took a heck of a shot from some anti-aircraft. There's 5, 6 targets right there. Even more. So we dropped 12 bombs there. We're smoking pretty bad. We're going to take the opportunity to shoot at this TV, and you're about to see the effectiveness of our machine guns on this plane. Just one on the front. It certainly looks like we were just tearing it up right there, but we didn't even record a hit. It's pretty small caliber, so wouldn't necessarily recommend going after AI fighters, AI bombers in this plane. It sure is tempting looking at those planes right there. That would be quite a few points if we actually had some decent armament to go after them, but we don't, so we won't. We'll just stick to our ground targets. We still have 18 bombs left. So we're gonna jump ahead a little bit until we find another set of vehicles we can bomb. Okay, we've lined up on our next set of ground targets here. Some artillery. So far our plane's holding together pretty well. Took some AA and kept on going. You can see it looks like we have several targets here. Just gonna try to make sure we hit right on top of the one we're aiming for. Not be too stingy on the bombs. Not bad. 3 targets destroyed from that. All right. So the last 2 clips are what you're seeing here on the end screen. Get some backup vehicles, 14,000 research points for modification, 4,000 for vehicle research. Not bad for a 2.0 plane, and just tons of fun to fly, and knowing that you're going to destroy targets with your bombs, that's pretty awesome. So take this plane out, guys. It's a lot of fun. Talk to you later. Hey, like and subscribe, guys. Thanks.